Hello! Today I'd like to do a sketchbook flip through. Recently I filled a couple sketchbooks, and one of them will be a sketchbook that I will show exclusively to my patrons, which is, let me just take this one out because it's not finished. This one will be exclusive to Patreons. It's a bit of a it's half the sketchbook from Mossery, and this one is a full 192 pages, I think. Plain pages. Both of them are kind of the same stock. But yeah, let's get to it. This will be the one we're doing today. So this is a sketchbook from Mossery, and you can buy exchangeable covers. So you can reuse the covers, and you can just buy refills if you prefer, and they come with nice like decorative boxes, so you can store your finished sketchbooks in boxes nicely, or you can keep buying the covers. I have quite a few covers, but I got my latest covers on a sale, just like seconds, slightly imperfect ones, and as you can see, they kind of get dirty over time, especially if you put them in your handbag, or just chuck them somewhere if you draw outside and things like that. So they're quite nice. I quite like them. Let's get to it. Oh yeah, the stickers. And these sketchbooks, when you buy them, you can customize what's on them. So I just put my brand name on it. The sticker is by me. This one's from South London Comics and Zine Fest from this year, 2023. It's a really good event in London. Super cool, super fun. There's lots of talks and comics and zines and illustration. And live music, kind of live music, it's like a DJ. And this one's from Shelly from Filth and Grammar, while I was buying her book, The Bible of Comic Editing. Just thought I'll drop it in because I still only read a little bit of it, but I want to study it a bit more this year, or next year rather. And it's been, I forgot. It's been a while since I finished this sketchbook, so I don't quite remember what's in it. So it will be as much of a surprise as for you as it will be for me. But I hope you'll enjoy it. And there's a few stickers and business cards and a leaf. So this one, I can't quite remember who I got it from, but that's from South London Comics Zine Fest. CoCo Comics, I met at South London Zine Fest as well. This one's from Monkey Mintaka. Quindrie Press? I can't speak. This one's from a Lash order. I just like to keep packaging sometimes. And a few business cards. This one's from Barbara Shastok. I met this person in Mallorca. It was just a random town. They had a market there, and this couple had an open house, so they basically live in a studio and have a gallery in their own house, which was super cool. We talked for a bit. They speak German and a little bit English, so it was kind of fun to talk in a different language than Spanish, or try and mix in the languages that we both could understand, or all could understand. Steve Thompson, I can't quite remember this person, but I took their card, so assuming that's something that I wanted to buy from them. It might have been, I'm not sure where I got it. And Pigeon, this is a Polish lady, Kamila. She draws illustration and comics, a lot of folklore and that kind of thing, myths and stuff. Anyway, I realized that this is a sketchbook flip through, so I won't focus too much, but really check her out. Her art is amazing, or their art is amazing. And I just found this surprise little leaf. Let's put it back in. Okay, I might have to cover my address, so I'll skip I'll skip one page just so that you don't see my address. Self-portrait. I don't really like drawing this, but I did draw a self-portrait. Not my best work. Then these pages I kind of couldn't think of anything. A couple, they're not my role models, so I was just like, where can I put this packaging? I quite like the lettering on it. Something, I can't remember what the food was. But anyway, not important for this. Here's my first page. So as you can see, I started on 23rd of June in 2023. Let me just check quickly. And I started on 23rd of June and finished it on 8th of October, so quite a couple months ago. Just over a couple months ago. I'm covering my address and personal details. So yeah, here I drew a couple portraits. I think it was maybe self-portraits of myself. I can't remember. But probably inspired by that previous page. Just trying to kind of break the first page, basically. Some plans for my comic cover. That comic is now out. I can show you the finished piece, just because it might be interesting to see the work in progress and then the finished cover. So I had a few different ideas. It's a diary comic, and I was trying to come up with like something a bit more catchy than eye-catching than my usual covers, something I really wanted to work on. I eventually went for this. I asked my friends in the comics communities that I'm in just to kind of pick what they thought would be the most engaging cover, and yeah, so I eventually went for this one. It's like a slide from the first page of the comic. There was a slide in Copenhagen in the Danish Architecture Center, which I really enjoyed, so it's kind of nice to put it on the cover as a reminder of what happened. And it kind of shows also how quickly the time passes, which I thought was quite fun to do. Anyway, so that was this kind of exploration. There are some price explorations, which I won't be showing too much. More cover designs, then some drawings, like landscape drawings, really small. Kind of had fun with them. I think it might have been after watching Katie Moody's videos, potentially. I'm not 100% sure. Potentially that. Yeah, I was just practicing basically with tumble markers and colored pencils. I think it might be Derwent or Caran d'Ache Dark Indigo, perhaps. And yeah, they bleed. Some of them bled. I think it was a Copic, which I, used to use a lot, but they bleed a lot, so not the best for sketchbooks. I also do these drawing sessions, which you should check out if you're looking for some inspiration or practice at drawing people. It's free. Drawing is free. You can find them online. If you just Google that, you will find them. They're on Instagram and other social media. They're on Patreon. And basically every Monday, twice a month, 2 times on a Monday, in the morning and in the afternoon, European time, Chloe Briggs gathers a lot of people on Zoom calls, which are again free, and plays some music, and during each song she picks one person to pose, so it's kind of like live drawing but on Zoom, which is kind of really fun and very accessible, because not just because it's free, but because it's on Zoom. You can do it anywhere in the world. I think she's maybe in Paris or somewhere in France at least. And it just means that everyone can join. Sometimes there's like almost 200 people in those calls, so it's really fun. And they don't have to be perfect. You kind of draw whatever you want, and then you share them on social media, and you can see other people's versions of them. You can see how other people drew you if you post. So I find that really, really interesting. And it forces you to kind of stop worrying about being perfectionist. And sometimes I'm quite happy with how I draw the eyes or the hands. It's definitely given me much more confidence in drawing hands. Yeah, that's it. There's some exploration with markers and colored pencils. These stickers are from Mossery. They came with the sketchbooks as a freebie. Sometimes they do that. This one's from Jess Was Here. and I think it might have been a freebie in one of the orders. I absolutely loved it. I ordered a couple t-shirts and socks from her when she still had a Patreon, and I joined in the one of the last months that she had a Patreon on, so I was a bit sad about it, but at least I had the chance to see her Patreon for a couple months. And these markers, these were really cheap markers and maybe not ideal. Maybe there is a better use for them than in a really thin papered sketchbook, but they're very saturated, which I struggle with, even though I like saturated colors. I find that when I use them in my work, I don't quite like them. It's the same house. You can see two different versions of it. And some random houses from, I guess, Pinterest probably. Then here's some keys, I believe. They're from a reference shared on ArtJuice by Patreon. I'll try and list all the things that I mentioned in this video in the description below so you can check them out. But basically, ArtJuice has it's also a Patreon, but you can join her Discord for free, and you get daily prompts, reference images on there, and if you're a patron from $1 up, you can join bi-monthly drawing sessions as well, which are held on Discord. So that's quite a fun one to join as well. Super cheap and accessible as well. With $1 a month, it's not that much really. And some more references from that Discord. A little ducky. Look at how cute and happy this ducky is. And a piglet. I mean, it's so cute. Then there's some lettering. I think some of these were ideas for this cover, trying to come up with lettering. Some of them were like ideas for products, pins and like cards and things like that. Some tote bag ideas. Yeah. Back here ended up being my tote bag design. I can't really show you easily right now because it probably won't fit in the camera, but I'll try and pop it on the screen for you if I remember. I'll try. One of the things I'm trying to do is not worry so much about editing my videos, so excuse me if I don't do everything I say I will do, but I'm trying to get them out because I've been struggling with posting any videos, so I've decided to lower the bar a little bit and make it a bit more easy for me to post. Here are some I filled in the clothes and then filled in the people afterwards. Kind of fun, but I wasn't quite happy yet there. Some more cover ideas, and you can see the one I've picked in the end. Let me know if you had your favorite that I didn't pick, because that would be interesting to know. Yeah. Urban Sketchers. That's another good way to meet like-minded people and draw together. And this one's in person, where you go to a location. If there's a group in your town, there's quite a lot of them around the world. You can meet and draw together, go on location and see friendly people who also like drawing in plein air. All levels are welcome there. It's very inclusive. I quite like it. Occasionally join it if I'm not too lazy to leave the house. Some I don't know, it was like kids playground kind of place. Didn't really come out really well. But I drew a lot on that day. I just sat in this park and drew and drew and drew. There were lots of kids playing football and playing in the playground, basketball. There's a church in the background. There's this weird roof structure. You will see lots of pages in between. I think I normally take them out, but this one I really liked this page, so I didn't want to mess it up. It's super loose, and that's what I was aiming at. I was trying to get more loose. By the way, I realized that the lighting here is not the best, but I have to do what I can do with what I have, because it's really dark and grey outside. Here is the one I was really proud of, really loose. I filled in like the negative, I made negative space shapes for the cars. All the tree patterns and textures came out the way I kind of liked at the time. Let's keep going. And one more. And then I drew some flowers, but it didn't really turn out as anything I wanted. And then this is probably from some random references. Some flowers and bird. Yeah. Then I was really inspired to draw some buildings. Here's a card from Jess Was Here. Actually, that's a label from the t-shirt. I really liked it, so I kept it. And then I just found random buildings on Google Maps and drew them. These are tumble markers and colored pencils. So yeah, I was just looking at... Actually, these are Unsplash photos, not Google Maps. Yeah, Unsplash is like a free photo website where you can download or just look at photos from other people. Sorry, I just had to pause the video recording because we had a bit of noise. But yeah, you can just find some images, and they encourage you to credit the people, so I try to, where I can or when I have the time, I try to note the people who took the pictures. And then a photo from Warsaw of the university. No, I'm not sure what this place is. In the old town. And Copenhagen. Just a cafe I liked in there. I tried to kind of document what it was. And a sticker from Krystyna Baczynski as well. Super fun. Space theme. Another drawing is free session. Had to stop again, so I've lost my train of thought because there was a lot of noise upstairs. Another drawing is free session. I really like some people pose in a fun way. Sometimes you get 3 people in a picture, which makes things really hard because you have to fit in 3 people in like 3 minutes. And some more portraits. Some more personal stuff, business cards. Jess Was Here label. It's comics and illustration. Artist Alan Stubbings. I think it's a comic and illustration as well. There's an orange session. These are paid for or free ones, depending on which ones these are. If you subscribe to the newsletter, then you will get access to the free ones as they happen live, or downloads after they happen. So this was negative space, I think, or maybe chairs. Oh yeah, chairs. I don't know. Don't ask me what this is. But yeah, some of them were really hard to draw. Hard but fun. Then we had more complex kind of images with a bit more going on in them. This one had a lot of detail, which I had to pick like only some to draw. More chairs. I tried to draw some dogs. I guess I didn't really enjoy drawing at the time. I do get like small art blocks throughout the year a lot. But I said here birthday drawing and progress, because I still made progress. Some more illustration, and I decorated with stickers. All of these stickers are from Mossery, and this reference is from an Instagram account called Still Here, Still Live, where they release a reference picture, I think every week. So I drew their week number 1. It was way past. They've released week number 1, but on their story highlights they have all the old references. I was really happy with this. I was quite proud with how it turned out. So I don't normally draw pictures like this. I usually just draw I would have drawn just like strawberries. And I drew all the background as well, which was quite fun. Here I was in a lesson by, I think, William Stock, maybe, where online he kind of gives you some personalized feedback and tries to personalize the lessons to you. I kind of struggled a little bit with hearing what was going on, but I did learn quite a lot on this lesson. Then I drew some thumbnails for my Patreon. And here's washi tape from Rakilo or Rakilu. I'm not quite sure which way the name is pronounced, but it's amazing washi design of a dragon. Here I think my niece maybe was drawing, and I was drawing. Here I was trying to draw stories around haikus, probably. So I was just trying to create something based on a few words. Slowly, carefully it grows. New life starts with hope, then dies unexpectedly. I just thought that would be a fun ending, but kind of a true story as well. This was printed using ginkgo leaves. I really like the effect that you can get with printing with objects, but I never liked how they come out when I do them, because they come out really double images. I don't know. If you have any tips, let me know, because I'd love to make more of those kinds of pictures. Then we have more drawings free, and you know, there's quite a lot of pages left, so I'll speed up a little bit. Don't want to bore you to death, but I quite like this one, so show you a bit closer. And maybe this one as well. Oops, sorry. Some more. You can see how I get a bit more confident the longer I draw. This looks like a person. Here I took it on location and I really didn't like drawing there for some reason. Some short comics and kind of documenting my day. I have a plan to kind of collate all of those comics from my sketchbooks and put them up into a small book or a zine. Then I was doing this course on Domestika where you document different things, and this was the things that were surrounding me. I should probably put it down so you can see more. And then I did this doodle page while waiting in the hospital for something, blood test or something. Then trigger warning about cancer. This is my memory of sort of cancer adventures. I'm not quite sure where this will feature yet, but I documented them. Here was a joke about the throwback from Spotify, you know, where they give you a playlist based on past hits. And I had this weird feeling afterwards, nothing like throwback from year 2018, existential dread. So I felt really old by seeing a throwback from 2018. That's only been a couple years ago. Then I was really proud from these two designs, but literally no one's interested in them. It's from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, the Vogon Poetry. I kind of took the lyrics of that poem and kind of created these two characters of them. Please let me know if you get the jokes. It's not really jokes, it's just if you like the poem, I guess. Some swatches. Here is South London's Comics and Zine Fest. That's Stanley Arts. Here I kind of gave up on the comics. Here is some drawings from Odd Orange Sessions, People in Motion, something that I stay away from as much as I can, but I know I like drawing them, and I need to practice because I quite like how you can draw people in motion. This lady was on a bicycle, but I was like, who needs a bike if you can fly? Under the broom. A dancing couple which I would never have drawn if I didn't get the prompt in the session. Hope you don't mind. This is more of a old Greek statues kind of thing. It's not real people. Sorry about the boobs. Here was a picture of people at the marina collecting some fish. Didn't like how it turned out. It was really hard because there were 3 people and one of them was bending, so it was just really hard to draw. Some more, what's it called? Statues, a musician, a boy fishing, a slightly fed up me writing about being out of spoons, meaning kind of being at the end of my letter and, you know, exhausted. A little comic, also from the course, like inspired by the course I was doing on Domestika. Kate Sutton, I believe. I'll try to link to it if I don't forget, but this was really fun. I don't know where I got this from, but I thought it was fun, so I stuck it in. Another page of comic from when we were screen printing and doing other things. And we have some business cards and packaging from Angela P, I think. I just kept the packaging because I really liked it. Jack Smith and Margins Publishing. I just like collecting nice business cards, so I stuck them in. Here I kind of gave up on those daily comics. It was just too much effort. By the time I did this, I was like, I can't be bothered to draw now. Here I was exploring with onomatopoeia, or like sound effects, also known as SFX in comics. So I was just like illustrating the rain dropping and splashing and crunch of the leaves or dirt on the ground as you walk, trying to like illustrate tap 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 on the umbrella. Yeah, some more ideas. This was all for the comic I mentioned earlier about cancer. Here was a reference from somewhere which I did not like, from Wes Anderson's film. And then I was drawing some dragons because I wanted to include the dragons in my comics in one way or another, because they're cool. Nothing more to say about that. Here's the I was on the train from a group workshop. It was over a weekend, I think 3 days or 3 nights, where we learned about comics. So that's what I was working on in the course, like those ideas for the cancer comic. And then I drew the text on the water bottle because we were stuck on the train with some, sorry for the shake. It was just delays on trains, and then I tried to work on some character design for the comic. Here are all the kind of ideas that I had for it. I share out more about this comic on my Patreon, so check out that if you'd like to know more. Then we had the Odd Orange session, Farm Animals. Really fun. Really like this pink color. I don't really draw cows, so I was quite happy with like this difficult pose as well. Then we have the ducks or geese or whatever they are. I actually don't need this paper. And some horses, owls. I'm kind of losing my voice. I hope I will last until the end. There's quite a lot more pages left. So hang on. We're getting there. Some drawing is free sessions. Here are National Geographic postcards, I believe, from the Odd Orange stationery session. Really challenging, but also really fun. I find that the more challenging the session is, the more fun I'm having, because it's less pressure to make it perfect. If I've never done something before, I don't expect as much from myself. Here's this few some people jumping off with parachutes. This was a really cute picture of two kids, like, you know, those puffy jackets. That was so cute. A picture from some tropical island, not sure where it was. Some more doodles, more drawing is free session, drawings. And here are just a random here's a random page of things. A tea, my stickers that were miscut, some stickers from AIM Comics Market, my header image from my email, and a couple other things. I have washi, not washi tape. I was trying it out as a washi tape, I guess. I have wrapping paper, and it's also featured on my comic book. Some stickers I did for Patreon. Rather, you know, misprints, miscuts, and so on, from the designs I made for Patreon. Or then a bit of Japanese, learning Japanese a bit, and trying to write it down. Am I weird? No, you're perfect. Am I constipated? I guess I don't like this bird. And then more odd orange. Bit more colorful. I was trying to add a bit of life to, you know, otherwise samey pictures, you know, always the same people. Did another session on the same day. And even though it looks kind of less like people's faces, I'm sorry, I feel like I'm more happy with this page than the previous ones, just because it looks more free. More faces. I got a sample of washi tape and some bird washi from some packaging. Here's a Monkey Mintaka picture, cat sticker. CoCo Comics session, also free session, where we were prompted to draw animals in anthropomorphic situations, and then some much more abstract, like this was the thing that grows on fruit. I forgot, mold thingies as you know, anthropomorphic characters. Here I was playing with a new art material. It's called Art Graph, and it's like a water-soluble graphite. Really fun. Odd Orange session, that was one of my favorite. And I think I used a lot. I used some crayons, so that's why I keep this paper in here, because they kind of get dirty. But yeah, I drew a lot of fish. Fish are really cool. Some seaweed. This one was super hard, but I think I pulled it off slightly, at least. This was cute, I thought. A little shark. Oh, 2 bits of paper. That's weird. This page I absolutely loved. I like the fish. And I got inspired to draw a bit more in my new sketchbook. So I think the sessions got quite, you know, inspiring. A tortoise or turtle, never know what the name is. And that's it. And at the end of that session, I think I joined it offline, like maybe, because they were talking about open tabs, and it turned out that across my devices at the time, not counting my work laptop, I had 570 tabs open. So I'm not proud of it, it's just calling myself out on it. Some drawing for Inktober, I think, or Peachtober. Here I was kind of experimenting, didn't really like it. More illustration with water-soluble graphite. And drew some cats. These are all from Pinterest, I believe. There's a weird fish. And turtles. And possums. Or opossums. Is it possum or opossum? Who knows? I put some pencil on top, so it's a bit shiny. But hopefully you can see. And that's it. It was the last page. And this last page is a bit, because of the way it needs to be glued, so that the sketchbook doesn't fall apart. It's always funny at the end. And here's some packaging. Oops. Ignore that. So that's it. Sketchbook done. I hope you enjoyed this. If you liked this sketchbook, then you might want to check out my Patreon, where you will be able to see sketchbook, the half sketchbook as well, and tune into that. Okay, if you like this video, leave me a comment or like and subscribe, and have a lovely day artsing. Bye. Ta-ra.